Yangchi Pema, and I'm working in an organization called Renew. It's an acronym for Respect, Educate, Nurture and Empower Women. It's an NGO that's based in Bhutan. Bhutan is a small country which is located it's a landlocked country located between two giant countries, China in the north and India to the south, east and
small
west.
Country with a population of just over 800,000. Gender equality in Bhutan, it's a priority of the government. Yet still we may not face overt gender discrimination and violence as other neighboring countries in the region, but nevertheless there are various types of subtle and covert types of discrimination in the country. For that reason, the NGO that I work in, which is called Renew, which is an acronym for Respect, Educate, Nurture, Empower Women, we are an NGO that is exclusively working in the areas of gender equality, gender-based violence, and domestic violence. We were an NGO that started in the early 2000s, and we formally got registered in 2004. It was established under the patronage and presidency of Her Majesty, the Queen Mother Yelyum Ashi Sangyechodon Mongchuk. And we are a first of its kind NGO in the country. So we work on areas, like I mentioned, on gender-based violence, domestic violence, and intimate partner violence. We have various types of services that we provide to the people that come to our organization for help. First and foremost, being a service provider, we provide interventive or curative services where counseling is one of the biggest services that we provide to our clients. We have different types of counseling that we provide. We have single counseling, we have family counseling, couple counseling, and even sometimes group counseling. Alongside with that, we also provide legal aid, we provide medical assistance, we also provide shelter services. In fact, we are the only NGO in the country that has a big and established shelter services in the country. Alongside, we also recognize that many of the clients that come to our organization for help come from very poor, low socioeconomic backgrounds, are highly vulnerable, especially in terms of economic vulnerability. So we also provide livelihood opportunities, we provide them skills training, we also provide them training opportunities in different areas such as weaving, tailoring, baking, for instance, agriculture, floriculture, and each time that we provide such services, we try to engage with our clients, and we see what the need is, what their capacity is, and accordingly we develop programs for them. Alongside, what we also provide is we provide microfinance assistance. We have a big project which is called Renew Microfinance Private Limited. So we tie up our livelihood project with microfinance, and our women and our clients, they can avail some financial assistance from that project itself. And over the years, what I have seen is that there has been an increasing number of male clients that have also been coming to Renew to seek assistance. Of course, women and children, they form the majority of our clientele, but especially many male come to our organization asking, and they have issues regarding emotional abuse, economic abuse. So they also also come to the organization seeking for help. So that is about our interventive or curative part of our services. We also have preventive services because we feel that the prevention is also most important, and we also need to give priority to that. So we have a whole department that looks into how to engage with communities, partners, even our government counterparts, our stakeholders, how to engage with them and to create enabling environments in our communities to ensure that domestic violence and gender-based violence is reduced. So we have this very large network of volunteers. We have two types of volunteers. We have the adult volunteer network, which is called Community-Based Support System, CBSS, and alongside we also work with youth. We have a youth network which is called Drug Adolescents Initiative for Sexual Awareness, DAISAN. So we work with these volunteers to ensure that they are like our ambassadors or agents of change in communities. So we train them, and it is through them that they go and empower the communities. They spread the message around. And sometimes our volunteers also help in referrals of clients to our organization. They also help in building network among themselves in communities, because it's not possible for our organization to reach all 20 parts of the district. So we work through our volunteers in the different districts in the country. Since our modern education began in the early 70s, things have been improving for women and girls in general. We now see that increasingly more girls are getting educated. Many more women are now participating in the workforce. Our women's representation in decision-making bodies, even in the politics, is increasing over the years. But despite that huge achievements in these areas, yet still I feel that there is still more areas of improvement. I still feel that Bhutan, though traditionally we are a matrilineal society, yet still patriarchy is very much embedded in our everyday lives. Because Bhutan, we are always compared to other countries in the region, which has maybe more numbers of discrimination and violence against women and girls. Relatively, we don't have that, but still there are many layers, many subtle layers of discrimination against women and girls. I still feel that, and having worked in Renew for the last 6-7 years now, I strongly feel that Bhutan has not yet reached in a very comfortable zone in regards to gender equality. I still feel that we need to work more. I still feel that women and girls are not yet empowered to make informed decisions. I still feel that women and especially girls' decisions, their choices are not as respected as it should be. Of course, we are part to a lot of international conventions on human rights, the discrimination against women and even children. But in reality, there is a lot of work that Bhutan still needs to do. And especially because there is a lot of subtle layers of discrimination in the country, it becomes extremely difficult for service providers or people or development workers such as myself working in this area to actually to garner support and to garner attention where it is required. I have engaged with many partners across different sections of the society, and we have faced a lot of criticism
even lack of support from decision makers, policy makers, admitting that we don't have any kind of gender inequality in the country. So that makes it even more difficult for us to plan and then to develop programs for women and girls. Though Bhutan has recognized that there still needs to be a lot of improvement, especially in areas of gender diversity, maybe looking into areas of people with disability also. Bhutan has recognized, and I wouldn't dismiss their efforts, but still I feel that there still needs to be done more for such kind of people, because they are in minority, and because of their status of minority and the discrimination and the stigma that they face, the effects that it has on their personal life is twice the more. Many of the LGBT plus people that I have interacted with over the years, they come from very low socioeconomic backgrounds. They are having mental health issues. They are being shunned by the society, and despite the government initiating programs for them, yet many of the programs that are being implemented they come more from the health background. They carry with it stigma in itself. For instance, many of the LGBT people or men who have sex with men, they are targeted with programs such as the HIV and AIDS program. So that in itself carries a stigma. Bhutan, I feel Bhutan still needs to delve more into human rights perspective, and more so individual subjectivities of such kind of people. We need to recognize that that diversity it's important for us to embrace diversity. It's important for us to ensure that we don't leave anyone behind. And our endeavor should be that we include as much people as possible. And sometimes it's not only about resources. There are many ways through which we can be inclusive. I still feel that Bhutan needs to do more or put more efforts towards inclusivity. We are lacking in that area, and it's just a matter of reprogramming, maybe planning properly, integrating, networking with partners, so that we ensure that there is no duplication of resources. When funds are limited, when human resources are limited, there is always a way by which we can collaboratively ensure that no one is left behind.